Hello everybody, I'm going to show you how to make lots and lots of caps in Fallout using nothing but water purifiers, and I'm going to show you from a scratch game so that you can do this on a fresh game whenever you want. It's pretty easy. All it consists of is you build a water purifier, then you pretty much stand around and rest for 24 hours at a time until the water is generated passively inside of your workbench. Take the water, sell it to a vendor, buy junk objects or shipments to get resources to build more water purifiers, and you end up with a vicious endless cycle where you get more and more water each time. First thing that I did is I scrapped everything in Sanctuary and killed the animals that were there, the red roaches and the bloat flies, and by cooking the meat gave me enough XP that I was able to grab Science 1. Once you have Science 1 and the resources, you can build a large water purifier in the river, in Sanctuary, or in any town that you have with water. Build a water generator, a power generator. One power generator per water purifier is all it takes, and the resources required are not too bad. From just scrapping all the stuff in Sanctuary, I had enough resources to build 2 water purifiers and 2 generators, which was enough to start getting water to sell to vendors. Now the problem is vendors. So the only 2 towns you need to have access to are Good Neighbor and Diamond City. And you don't technically need to have access to anything more than Diamond City, but it makes it easier. And then having access to Bunker Hill makes it even easier. The reason why is you can buy shipments of supplies from the different vendors in the different towns, depending on which resources you need. You can buy shipments of oil from Cleo and Good Neighbor. You can buy shipments of ceramic from Myrna. Rubber you can buy from the Doctor's Son in Diamond City. In Myrna also sells steel. Arturo sells copper, screws, and gears. But far more important than that is Myrna in Diamond City and Daisy in Good Neighbor are junk vendors, as well as Deb in Bunker Hill. The junk vendors, you can buy stuff that scraps for a much, much lower value than you can buy the shipments for. Now, if you just need a bulk and you got the money, whatever. But being able to buy the random junk and then scrap it helps you build new ones easier. So you just go down the list and look for things that have oil, ceramic, rubber, copper, steel, cloth, screws, or gears. Things like typewriters and fans and pillows. Those are all very cheap to buy and can then be crafted into new water purifiers and new generators. And at first it takes a little bit because you're going to get like 40 or 50 or 60 water, which is worth about 6 to 10 caps each right up from the beginning. But that adds up. You can start clearing out vendors of all their caps very quickly. Wait a few days, do it again, wait a few days, do it again. But since you're doing this while you're also buying new resources to build more purifiers, it's an endless vicious cycle. Also, Connie Abernacle in Abernacle Farm sells cloth, and Becky Fallon in Diamond City sells cloth. So if you ever need to get that from the shipments, you can get it from them. You shouldn't need to. Also, while you're at it, you should swing by Grey Garden and pick up potatoes and corn and nut fruits, because those 3 combined with the water that you're making already makes vegetable starch, which is infinite XP at this point. As you start placing more and more food and get settlers there to manage them, you'll go and check to see where your water is, and ta-da, there's also fruit. Grab the fruit out, store it, craft a whole bunch later on, and it ends up being a vicious cycle of you get to the point of where you're literally just waiting for the food and the water to spawn, and you can just keep building more and more and more and more and more, and that's all there is to it. You just make water, take the water, sell it, get the caps, buy more stuff to make more water, to get more caps, to get more water, to get more caps, to get more water, get more caps, and over and over and over and over. And as it starts to build up to very large quantities, you'll start having the problem of vendors not having enough money to buy all of your water. Once you start hitting around 1,000 water, you're looking at 6,000 plus caps worth of water on a consistent basis, and most of the vendors are going to have even with your 500 cap investment, if you go to level 3 of the perk, they're only going to have 800 to 1200 caps on average, and you're going to end up clearing out whole towns of caps, and that's not really a problem. So there you go, enjoy. And just as a quick additional, this is the water generation source that I use on my main playthrough on Spectacle Island, and it generates about 4,000 water.